Hello, it's Dave here. I've got a Blackstar ID Core Stereo 100 amplifier. It's a fully digital amp where the analog guitar signal is converted to digital using a 24-bit 96 kHz sampling rate. Processing of the signal is carried out using a 32-bit ARM Cortex M4M0 base microcontroller. The signal is then converted back to analog using a 24-bit 192 kHz sampling rate before being passed to a high-power Class D power amplifier section and then onto the speakers. Being digital, it is reliant on software and, like any other similar device, could start acting strangely, which could be cured by a simple factory reset or reinstalling the firmware. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate on how to perform a backup of the user patches, a factory reset, and a reinstall of the latest firmware. I hope you find it useful. Now you may be wondering, why on earth does this Blackstar amp have a Jensen equip tag? That's because I've upgraded the speakers to Jensen Chicago 1070s to improve the overall warmth and clarity of the amp. As I only play using a clean tone, it's made an outstanding improvement. Use a good quality mini USB cable when connecting the amplifier to the computer. Connect the cable to a dedicated port on the computer. This will ensure stable communication. This is especially important during a firmware update. I use an old laptop dedicated for this kind of thing. Using the Blackstar Architect software, perform a backup of the user patches, as these will be lost during a factory reset or reinstalling the latest firmware, as they will be overwritten with the default patches. To perform a backup, click on the Backup section. Click on the Add icon. Give the backup a name. Then click on Create. Click on the triangle at the side of the amplifier name to confirm the backup has been created. To perform a factory reset of the amplifier, power off the amp and wait a few seconds. Hold down buttons Rev, Delay and Mod simultaneously. Power on the amp. The voice LEDs will count down to indicate a factory reset will take place. Release the 3 buttons and cycle the power to complete the process. To reinstall the latest firmware, put the amplifier into firmware update mode. Power off the amp and wait a few seconds. Hold down buttons Manual and Mod simultaneously. Power on the amp. The voice LEDs will count down, then start cycling to indicate update mode. Release the 2 buttons. Whilst the amplifier is in update mode, launch the Blackstar Architect software from the computer and it will automatically start downloading the latest firmware to the amplifier. Again, as you can see, I use an old laptop dedicated for this kind of thing. Once completed, press OK and it will reconnect back to Architect. Taxi driver, ni kombola shegari, tiende naku, ni kamone hana, alin yandiki, ani fike chaba mosi, nami sitaki. The user patches will be lost after a factory reset or reinstalling the latest firmware. It will revert to the default patches as shown. Restore the backup by clicking on the backup section, click on the triangle at the side of the amplifier name, right click on the backup and select Save to Device. Click OK to download the backup to the amplifier. Click on Device Patches and the restored user patches will be present. What isn't stored in the backup are the global parameters of the amplifier. These will need to be changed from the settings menu if required. I like to disable super wide stereo.